Reality is far more magical than we've been led to believe. But what is magic? Magic is defined as the power of influencing events by using mysterious forces. Our consciousness has a powerful and observable effect on reality, far more powerful than we give it credit for. In fact, quantum physics shows our consciousness literally creates reality. Before I get into that, first let's talk about Einstein. Everyone has heard of the theory of relativity. It basically states that everything is energy. Even the matter we see all around us is just densely vibrating waves of energy. Einstein said, match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy, this is physics. Our thoughts and emotions constantly project specific frequencies. The mental states you choose to focus on emit out from you like an antenna. If you are constantly experiencing frustrations and challenges, be aware that complaining about them attracts more of that type of situation. Alternatively, when you move into a space of pure gratitude, you become a beacon for higher vibrational experiences. As you become more conscious of the frequencies you are tuning into, you can shift into higher densities of reality. You can think of this like changing the channels on your television. Your conscious attention determines what station your reality will play back to you. There are many experiments that prove these concepts. Japanese researcher Dr. Masaru Emoto showed how our thoughts and words affect water. He would flash freeze water after expressing positive or negative intentions. The positive samples froze into beautiful geometric crystals, while the negative froze in chaotic, disordered messes. In another experiment, he took 3 beakers of rice and water and expressed emotions to them every day for a month. To one beaker, he said, "Thank you." To the next, he said, "I hate you." And to the third beaker, he completely ignored. At the end of the month, the first beacon fermented a beautiful golden color and gave off a pleasant aroma. The second one turned black throughout it, and the third started to mold on top. Many others have recreated these experiments with great success. If water and rice can be so strongly affected, imagine what our words are doing to our children. There is also a lot of work going on in the realm of quantum physics that is showing that the creative potential our minds wield on reality is far beyond our current understanding. The double slit experiment proves that consciousness creates reality. In the experiment, electrons are shot through 2 slits. When those electrons are observed, they behave the way that matter is expected to, creating 2 lines behind the slits. However, when those electrons are not being observed, they create a wave pattern behind the slits. Without being observed, those particles of matter behave like potential waves of energy. Our observation of matter solidifies it into matter. It is only when we are consciously witnessing reality that reality becomes real. If existence is not being witnessed, it reverts back to its state of being potential energy. It is through our act of consciously perceiving reality that existence materializes. That's not to say that existence doesn't exist unless we perceive it, but more like our sensory organs organize the potential energy of existence into the material reality we interact with. This is important to realize because the external world that we perceive is completely fabricated by our internal sensory processes. Our mind has immense power over our bodies, including the ways that we perceive. This is obvious when it comes to altered states, the placebo effect, hypochondria, and the body-mind connection. So in other words, our mind not only influences the external world, it literally determines how the external world will manifest. What this means is that what we determine as real becomes reality. As we expand our consciousness, we expand the bandwidth of frequency of what we can experience. Much like what we call a rainbow is a tiny sliver of the electromagnetic spectrum, what we have been manifesting is a tiny sliver of what's possible. Through redefining what we believe to be real, we can stretch the horizon of what actually exists within our realm of perception. By purifying our minds and our bodies and prioritizing our inner cultivation, we will start experiencing the miraculous. As we raise our vibrational resonance, reality becomes less and less dense. and we are able to manifest the magical with more and more ease. We determine how extraordinary existence is by our focus and our inner standing. We create reality to be as magical as we believe it to be.